Hey, what's going on? It's Andrew here with Skyvern.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do discovery-based shopping using the Skyvern platform as well as Make.com and a couple of other applications. Discovery-based shopping is simply you have an idea in mind of what you want to accomplish and you just don't know what are all the different products you need to accomplish that thing. So for example, let's say you want to have a really nice YouTube setup because you're a creator. Maybe you don't know what all the proper cameras to get, what microphones to get, what key lights you need, things like that. So it's essentially you have an idea in mind of what you want, but you don't know the specific products to make that happen. This is a really cool automation because what it'll do is it's going to take in an input from you. Let's say I want to have a proper YouTube setup. It's going to go to ChatGPT. It's going to say, okay, what are all the different products that one might need if they're starting a YouTube channel? So it's going to list out all those products. Then what it'll do is it's going to set it to Perplexity to do web research to actually find the products that we discerned in the OpenAI module. After that, it's going to go to a text parser, so we parse out all the URLs that we found. And finally, it's going to get sent to Skyvern.com, where we're going to actually use Skyvern to add those items to cart. Now, for the sake of simplicity, this example, we're using Wish.com, just because I personally had an issue with my Amazon account, not for like tech reasons, just I forgot my password. So how this works is let's just give it a go. So we're going to run it from my Slack channel. I'm going to find the most recent message I sent. So I just said YouTube channel full setup. So let's save that here and now let's run it. So now it's going to go to ChatGPT. It's going to go and research all the items you need for a full YouTube setup. Should give us like 10 to 15 items. Now it's going to go to Perplexity where it actually will research those items. Go through the text parser to parse out all the URLs and now go to Skyvern.com. So we can take a look at ChatGPT. So we saw the input was, let's see here, YouTube channel full setup, and the output was, here's all the things you need. So camera, lenses, tripod, lighting, microphone, headphones, backdrop, pretty thorough list. Now you can see here in Perplexity, we're taking that list as the input here. And then in our outputs, we should see a list of URLs. So you see we've got several items here, or sorry, several searches. And now it's going to go to the text parser. It's going to parse out all of these URLs in bundles. And then goes to Skyvern.com to actually begin the process of filling these out. So now let's go to Skyvern and take a look at what it's doing. So we can see that we've queued all of these up. Let's take a look at add camera to cart, and it should begin shortly. So yeah, super powerful, pretty cool. The limitation with Wish, I don't anticipate you're gonna be using Wish, but if you do, seems to be limitations with actually finding the getting access to the individual product links, and that's okay. You can use this with Amazon.com and various other web platforms. So now we're going to build this from scratch. So obviously the first thing we need is going to be the Slack, watch Slack messages. You can choose whichever option you want here, depending on where you want to engage the shopper from. So let's just say a private channel. I'm going to find my, let's see here. Find your shopper channel, save it, choose manually here, but normally obviously you would just use the time trigger and when you're sending a message, but for the purpose of this video we're just going to use the saved message here. So YouTube channel full setup, save it, Next thing we want to do is go to ChatGPT, and now we're going to ask it to take this input and build us a list of all the product types that we could possibly need in order to, to reach that goal that we have. So YouTube setup, for example. So we use GPT 4.1. You can use 4.0. So first, I'm going to set a system message here. You are an expert at taking a user's request and determining all of the possible products that the user will need to accomplish their request / goal. Example, we'll use the YouTube example again. YouTube setup. Example input, example output, camera to microphone. Just giving it some examples here. 3 key light, etc. And now we're going to add a user message. So this is what will basically mimic the user. So please, well, I'm just going to directly input the text here and see what it comes back with. But let's run it. Choose where to start. Okay. And we'll run it. I always like to run each module at a time when we add a new module to the whole system, just to make sure that, well, it actually just makes it easier to find any potential errors that come up. You don't want to just set up the whole automation and then try to guess where the error is happening. So let's take a look here on our choices, output, and we should get a good list of items here. So yep, editing software, background, teleprompter, etc. So this is great. The next step is we're going to create a Perplexity module. So Perplexity, we're going to do create a chat completion, and we're going to use, you can use Sonar Pro, you can use Deep Research as well, but Sonar Pro is fine. I had an issue with the Deep Research on this. It didn't. Well, granted, I didn't prompt it, I think, properly, but Sonar I've seen is been the most consistent so far. So create a system message. You are an expert at researching and finding the best products on, it could be the internet, it could be whatever channel you want to look at. Let's just say wish.com. Please take it. You will receive a list of item types from the user. Your job is to find the best product for each on wish.com, or for each product type, wish.com, and only output the list of URLs. So next I'll add an item here. This is going to be the user, and this is where we're going to share the result from our ChatGPT module. Please give me the URLs only for these products on wish.com. So now I'm going to save it. Now let's try it again. Choose manually. Now let's run it again. Now we can see in Perplexity, we should have the message. Let's see what we had here. Bitly's, huh? Interesting. Let's see what we got. We didn't use the correct ones. All right, so I took some time to check out the wish.com issue, and it just seems that Perplexity is not able to access individual listings there. So for the sake of this video and this example, we're going to switch actually to Amazon.com. I did a test and it works well. So for the rest of the video, we're actually going to use Amazon.com for the website we're searching. So I'll just show you once more. Let's run it up. Choose where to start. So you can see here that now it's done a bunch of Amazon searches. So I'll grab it. And it's going to give us a list of a bunch of teleprompters. So the next step is we're going to add a match, text pattern match. And basically what we're doing here is in our output, we have a list of various URLs, but we want to have each of these URLs be their own item or their own object in a bundle. So we're going to do is open up the text parser here. All I do is I copy this, go to ChatGPT, paste it in, and say, I am trying to let's see. The input is a list of URLs in a single string. I want to use this text match tool to turn to get objects where each URL is its own object in the output. Could have worded that way better, but it's going to work. Okay. So it's going to give me basically what to do. Copy this. So global match, yes. Case sensitive, no, 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 no. Okay. So paste the pattern here. Global match, yes. Case sensitive, no. The text is going to be the message here from the last one we got. Boom. All right. So next we're going to add our Skyvern module. We use run a task v2, and the user prompt is you are an expert personal shopper for the user. You will receive the URL for a search results in Amazon.com. Your job is to add the highest rated product in the search to cart. Use the following credentials to log in. And then you include, username, password. So for the sake of this example, I'm not going to include this, but normally this is what you would do. The URL is going to be the URL we got back from the text parser. Max iterations is 5. And we'll set the proxy location to residential. Now, let's run it. Save. Now we can see it load into Skyvern here. We should see a bunch of URLs here in the text matcher. And we go to Skyvern. All right, so now that these have run, let's take a look at one of these here. So we can see it's on the work chair page here. Scrolling down the page. Just added one to cart. Actually looks like the best, it's actually, yeah, looks like the best chair, which is great. Beautiful. So did that well. Let's look at the next one. Looks like we had a couple failed here. That's okay. Same one. Top cable organizer. We can take a look at the thought process here as well that Skyvern's going through. So let's open it up. And there we go, cable organizer added to cart. Great stuff. So obviously you'd want these all under your own Amazon account. So obviously you need to have the credentials. So Skyvern has this cool feature where you can actually add the credentials in this section here called credentials. And we can go over that in another video perhaps. But if you check out the platform, you can see it all there. But yeah, so that's how we can do discovery shopping using Skyvern. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. If you sign up today, you can get $5 in free credits on the Skyvern platform. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you in the next one.